Hello, my name is Nicholas Dunlap, and today I'm here to inform you about stem cells. I know this is a pretty controversial topic, at least it used to be. I don't know how much it is no more. But I, in particular, am going to tell you about how stem cells can be very helpful to cancer patients. They have, let's see, they started out, they were researching back in the early 1900s, very early. They started researching bone marrow. They're doing the bone marrow, digging it out and trying to put it in mice to see how well that would work. And obviously the mice won't react too well to human human bone marrow. So what they did find out was through all of this, they found that the amniotic fluid in mice had these cells, which they called, I believe it's called a hemopatonic something. It's a very long first word. Stem cells, which is shortened to HSC. It turns out that these cells can be put into a person or an animal or whatever it is, and can be changed. Like your body will, the body will change them to whatever it is lacking in. Say you needed a whole bunch of red blood cells, I think. Yeah, red blood cells. Say you needed a whole bunch of them, you put some stem cells in there, and your body will take those stem cells and convert them to red blood cells. Stem cells are basically like the ultimate rewritable thing. They're started as a stem cell, and you can make them anything in that your body needs. They use this. They determined that they could use this in fighting cancer. That they could make, I can't remember the particular word for it, but essentially it's like an anti-tumor cell that would go and attack tumors and shrink the growth and try and fight off the cancer. Obviously this is not a cure, but it is a treatment, a very effective treatment. However, the way that we started going about stem cells was we would get them from adults. You can get stem cells from adults by, unfortunately, digging into their spine and taking the fluid, some spinal fluid out, which has stem cells in it. However, adult stem cells have been proven to not be as compliant to changing into what you need them to be. However, infant stem cells, in particular from the amniotic fluid, has been proven time and time again to be very, very easy to change, very willing to change, very few complications, everything like that. But obviously, the people don't like this. Because I think there was another way that they would get it by people who had aborted their children, and they would take the aborted fetus and use it as, because of basically the aborted fetus had lots of infant stem cells in it, because it was still, that's how they create all the other cells that they need, is by using stem cells. That's how your body does it anyway. So they would take those and they would put them in cancer patients or whatever they wanted to experiment in using stem cells. But people got wind of this and didn't like it, because obviously it's kind of a little weird to be using, you know, a dead child as, you know, an experiment. Kind of morbid and creepy. However, there are some very good things about this. I mean, they believe that using stem cells, if they just research it more, using infant stem cells in particular, they believe that they could eventually find a cure, not a treatment, a cure for cancer. And I'm not sure about all types of cancer, but I'm pretty sure they mean about the majority of, kind of like leukemia and breast cancer and lung cancer and all the other types of cancer. But Yeah, so they've been doing extensive research since the early 80s, and it has just been getting more and more in depth until today. They still are experimenting on stem cells in cancer patients, and from what I've heard, they're also experimenting them on AIDS patients, and they've been trying to using them on all these diseases that are deemed incurable and trying to see if they can help. That is basically all I could pull together at this particular time. I know this wasn't a very long one. It probably wasn't too horribly informative either. But I'm going to leave all of the links of the websites and everything that I researched into looking into this down in the description, and you can look more into it yourself if you find interest. Once again, my name is Nicholas Dunlap, and thank you very much for watching.